What's up? Welcome to ELGTV. It's late at night, so excuse me if I look tired and I look a mess, but give a sister a break. So, a couple things I want to announce. I am working on a lot of collaborations with a lot of amazing artists. So those will be coming out soon. I'll put more word about them out when I get there. I'm also working on a mixtape that'll be out towards the end of the year or the beginning of next year, and I'll put more information out as I get it. Shout out to Callie for getting me this scientific ass lab lamp because it's bright as hell, but I am team melanated, so I wanted to make sure I can be seen. Because lastly, I'm in my garage, so don't be a douche. Obviously, I know it's a garage. It's kind of messy and there's tools. Like, don't be an ass. I know that. So, I wanted to talk about dating and do like a little dating rant. This is like my 8th video because I'm trying to keep it short, but I just have so much to say. So, going right into it, I was in a relationship from like when I was 16 to 19. So, dating as a teenager, I'm 20 now, I'll be 21 in August. Shout out to Virgos. So, what I've learned is from dating as a teenager to dating, now as an adult, is it's a lot different. And I think it's a lot worse because, a lot of people are just, everybody has this image of relationship goals and, matching Jordans and matching outfits and making cute videos and taking cute pictures together. And one, half of those people aren't even happy. And two, the people that are, it took a lot of work to get there. And that's the problem, is everybody wants that relationship goals type of relationship, but they don't want to do the work that it takes to get there. They want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to give off this false persona. They want to live through Facebook. And ultimately, everybody just ends up settling. And those are all the points that I'll get to, but it's a difficult thing. Like, okay, I'm bisexual, so I date women and men, not at the same time. That is somebody who's polygamous or a hoe, but I'll date one or the other, and when I'm single, I'm usually talking to both. So this video will be about women and men, not bashing anybody, but just my experiences in being single and, you know, seeing and observing these things. So, what I see with men a lot of the times is that men hate that, and this is not inclusive to all men or women, but I see a lot of men that complain about women only wanting them for materialistic things, but that's all they offer. Like, I've met plenty of men that want to take me out and spend money on me and pay my bills and blah, 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 but when it comes to emotional and mental stimulation, they can't provide that. They're not willing to. It means being interested, having good conversations, allowing me to get to know you and letting me into your world. I don't mean tell me your deepest, darkest secrets and your whole life story off the bat. I just mean be willing to have a good conversation and, be willing to talk about more, than just I can't wait till we get in a relationship. I can't wait to tap that ass. Like having good conversations that I have to think about or that let me into your world, and also being interested in my world. And, past good starting points for anybody, I think, would be, past, present, future, aspirations, goals, hobbies. Like I feel like the beginning should be the easiest because there's so much to talk about. You don't know this person. You know nothing about this person. So how hard could it be? They don't want anybody that wants them just for materialistic things, but they don't know how to offer anything other than that. But then if I were to use you for your money, I would be the bitch. But that's all you're offering me. And I'm not the type of person that will allow you to provide for me in that way. If you cannot provide for me emotionally and mentally and make me feel safe in that kind of way, I don't want your money. I will never want your money. Even if we ended up dating, I will not be like, I don't get no present. Like, no. I'm not the type of person. I would feel like shit about it. But you're going to attract women like that. You know, if you're only offering money, you're going to attract women that are looking for money. So as much as they were fucked up for using you for your money, hold yourself accountable that that's all you're willing to give them. And also know the signs. Maybe you're being emotionally and mentally stimulating, but they're still only there for your money. Don't be codependent and stay there when you know you don't want to be there. With women, I find that a lot of them play the victim and play this very like damsel in distress, dumb, naive kind of, I can't lift this cup because I'm so fragile kind of persona. And then when you treat them like that, they get offended. They're like, don't treat me like I'm dumb, but you've been acting like you're dumb. What the fuck am I supposed to think? You've been acting dumb. You've been acting naive. You've been acting this whole time like you're throughout your entire life. Everybody's been taking advantage of you. So if I treat you like a child, it's because you've been acting like one. You know, like, I don't understand. And a lot of that is like a narcissistic kind of manipulation, because if you think that they are naive and fragile, you will believe that anybody will take advantage of them when really they're pulling strings behind the scenes. And that's what I've encountered a lot in dating, and even, you know, in the past, that people act like shit is just happening to them when they're doing it and telling you something different to keep things a secret. Which I think is dumb. Like, I'm not the type of girl that's going to waste your time. I'm very straightforward. If there's something I don't like that you did, if there's something that I can't stand or you rub me the wrong way, I'm going to let you know. Like, I can't just sit here and act like I'm okay when I'm not. And I'm very straightforward. Like, I can articulate my thoughts and feelings. So it will always be a conversation. It will never be an argument unless you make it. Unless you make it one, because I know how to communicate, which is foundation of any relationship. And like friendship, romantic relationship, family, communication is the key to all of that. And I can do that, you know, but a lot of women kind of give you mixed signals to keep you close while they, you know, along with liars, try to figure out what, do they want option A, do they want option B? So they're pulling strings, playing the game, but then when you treat them like they're dumb or naive or fragile, they get offended. Also, you know, same thing with men. A lot of women are like, they only use me for sex, but that's all you're offering, you know? You're not offering emotional or mental or financial stability. As soon as you meet somebody you like, you're having sex with them. You know, what do you expect? You know, you can't, every action has a reaction. You can't do something, you can't start a fire and then be mad that a fire started. Like, you know, like, that's the shit that pisses me off about dating, is because people do things and then they get mad at you. Like, you rub two rocks together, you start a fire, and somehow that's my fault. That's completely insane to me, and I don't get that, you know? Like, it's his fault for only wanting you for sex, but you're the one that put it out there like that, you know? You're the one only offering sex. You're the one thinking that sex will make somebody stay or make somebody love you. So then when all they do is have sex with you and they don't end up loving you or staying, then they're the bad guy. I think that's what is most different about, you know, dating in high school, is that Colorado is small, but in high school everything's even smaller. So if you say I was bad to you, eventually it's going to get to me. And I'm going to be like, no, that nigga cheated on me. That bitch cheated on me. And then people know the truth. But we're in a time where people can sell these lies, either about their personality or what they've gone through. You know, it's about holding yourself accountable, which I don't feel like people do anymore. So it's just a very complicated thing with social media, as people, you know, just giving off this lie, you know, just like this persona of who they are. This lie, like, I want to have my cake and eat it too, and I don't know which option I have, so I'm going to lie to keep both instead of just giving them the choice. That's why I hate liars, is because you took my choice away. I'm a very understanding person. So maybe had you explained it to me, I'm not going to promise that I would have been like, that's okay, we can work through it. But I would have had a choice to choose to or not to deal with that or be a part of that. And because you were honest with me, you would have got cool points. And maybe later in life we would have reconnected. But every time I see you, I'm going to think of you as a liar now. You know, you may lie to keep both, but in the end, you're going to end up with none. That's the reaction. That's the consequence of it. So another thing that I've seen with dating, and this will be some of the last points I bring up, I wanted to keep this video short, is nowadays I see people settling. And that's why I've been single for so long. It's because I've been in a relationship that was, I learned a lot, you know. I learned a lot. I saw a lot happened. So I realized that these settling things come from this codependency. Like, I saw this post on Facebook that was like, stop telling people that they're undeserving of love until they love themselves. Like, no, that's dumb. Like, people choose not to read into things. Loving yourself doesn't, if you don't love yourself, it doesn't mean you're undeserving of love. But until you love yourself, you will allow people to treat you any kind of way because you think you deserve it. You will convince yourself you deserve it. You don't know that you deserve better. You're going to constantly think, well, who else is going to be cute enough, this cute, that loves me? Who else is going to try to get to know me? Who else is going to accept my path? Because you don't think you're worth it. That's why it's important to love yourself. People attract certain things, and people read off of certain things. So if somebody is a leech and they try to hook on and you allow that, they're not going to be like, oh, I fucked up, you know, like, this is hurting them, I should stop. They're going to be like, well, let me push it a little bit more. Let me push it a little bit more. Because every time they push you, you allow it because you don't think that you deserve better. You know, and I think it's because of this codependency that everybody needs to be in a relationship. This is not a judgmental thing because I definitely felt that way. I was like 3 seconds from settling like 2 times because I had been in a 3.5-year relationship and I wasn't used to sleeping alone. I wasn't used to not having someone to text. I wasn't used to, you know, having to live life without somebody right next to me. You know, I ultimately was not happy. And so out of trying not to be codependent, trying to learn from my mistakes, you know, I was like, no, I can't do this. Somebody will only treat you how you allow them to treat you. And I'm not saying it's your fault that everything bad has happened to you, but I'm saying it happened continuously because you allowed it. Nobody hurts somebody and it's like, oh, I should probably, you know, sometimes it happens, but if it's the type of person that I'm thinking of, they're not going to be like, oh, you know, I messed up. I think people settle because they don't know how to be by themselves. And so you end up in a relationship that was exactly like the relationship that you just got out of and had to break up from, and you just accept it. You just accept it. There was no friendship established. You're like, I think you're cute. You think I'm cute. Let's fuck and be together forever. Like, no, there has to be, even if we talk romantically first, there has to be a friendship that's established because you don't want to be in a relationship for however many years and be like, I don't even know who I'm with. You're not the person I was with before. Yes, they are. That's exactly who they were. You just were too codependent to see it. You didn't want to see it. And I think it's a lesson everybody's going to learn at some point. Either you're going to be in that relationship and be like, I probably really should have taken some time to myself. Because this is not just one way. It's also, you could end up being, like, I think you could either be a parasite or a lotus. And in the perfect relationship, you'll probably be both. And that was a quote from Amber Khan on YouTube. Check her out. She does, like, cool tarot readings. But I think in a perfect relationship, you'll be both. Meaning that you'll be able to give to the person you love, and you'll also be able to take. And it's a constant exchange of energy that's constantly, you know, giving and taking and giving and taking and not just taking and not just giving. I think people don't find that. You know, if you don't take the time to be alone, you're going to end up being that parasite. Maybe your last relationship, you were the lotus and you gave so much and you never took time to heal. Then now you're just taking. You meet people that are amazing people and you're just hurting them. And you can't explain why. And you never took the time to understand why. You never took the time to realize what you could have learned. You know, and in my dating experience, I realized, like, there's been plenty of offers. I could have been in a relationship, not like in a conceited way, but just facts. Like, there's always somebody that wants you. You know, I just don't want to be codependent and be like, I'm not really happy, but I guess this will do. You know, because you see a lot of people like that. You see a lot of people just forcing something that is not meant to be. They've had plenty of opportunities and seen plenty of signs that this is not going to work, and they push past it. This is not a judgmental thing. I was in that relationship. I was in that very same thing where it's like we were constantly trying to make fetch when there was just no fetch. And that's okay. You move on, you learn, you grow, and hopefully you find someone better. And that doesn't mean you guys will be together forever, but that means you learn another lesson. You continue on so you can be the best wife that you can be, the best husband that you can be, or just overall the best person and friend that you can be, because you've taken the time to learn these lessons. I guess my advice would be offer more. So if you don't want people to just use you for materialistic things or sex, offer more. Offer more. That's all you can do. I'm not saying never have sex. I'm not saying never spend money on people. I'm just saying don't have that be the only thing that you offer and then be mad when that's what people come for, because everything is projection. And if sex is all you want and money is all you want to give, be honest about that. Communicate that. Ultimately, every relationship, learn and grow from it and communicate. Let them tell you who you are, because eventually you'll see something that doesn't work, or you'll be exposed to that in the beginning instead of just postponing your honeymoon phase and then realizing you're not happy, but you're so codependent and used to that person at that time that you don't know how to let go. You don't want to be toxic to anybody, and you don't want to allow anybody to be toxic to you. Love yourself, communicate, build a friendship to go with the relationship, or build a friendship first. Be honest, be forward. Don't lie. If you do lie, because we're human and we all mess up, take ownership and stop being so damn afraid to approach people in person. Like, this is real life, nigga. Let's build some communication skills and build some in-person skills. And that's what I'm working on, and that's what I've learned and am still learning it, to love myself and grow and communicate. So I thought I would share my learnings with you guys. So we'll be doing a lot more videos like this. So if you did watch to the end, thank you. You are appreciated. And maybe tell me some topics that you would want me to touch on, because I got a lot to say. And I'm also working on a mixtape, and I'll put more information out about that when I get it. So thank you for watching LGTV.